again, Robin the Sudoku Guy with the second half of tutorial 90. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Bernadine Remington. I don't know where you live, Bernadine, but thank you for your suggestion. Now, I've just recently put up this puzzle for you to have a try. Now, I'm going to do it as well, but let me give you a heads up. It's so easy to go different ways, different paths to take. It depends on what you know, what you see, and when. So let's see what I can do. In this one, I'm going to do TMB and LCR, and at the same time, cross meet where there's only one number in those three blocks. Okay, or one number only instead of two. So let's get going. Here we go. Here we have, in these three blocks, there's only one, but we can cross that one by bringing it over to this block that doesn't have a 1, and finding this one and going up there here. What that means is that this and here and here is the only place where we can put a little one, and because it goes in two spots, we put it in. Now, what's the ramification of that? If this is on the left and this is in the center, here in this block, they can go on the right. That's LCR. Okay, 2s. We have two 2s, a top and a bottom, so it has to be in the middle here or here. But there's a 2 here, so you can put a big 2 there. But I want to show you a neat trick. You can find that in another way, using cross meet. Let me show you. If I take this 2, take what's in this block here, take this 2 across there, can't be there. Take this 2 here, can't be there. Take this 2 across there, can't be there. That is the only place the 2 can go. Now, once you've got that 2 there and this 2 here, you can put a little 2 here and a little 2 there. So there's some ramifications for you. Now, let's go to 3. There's not two 3s across there, but there is 1. So let's see if we can do a cross meet on that one. Take this 3 across here. This block doesn't have a 3. Can't be there. And this 3 up this way, can't be there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Too many places. Leave it. We want to put it in 2 spots, 2 cells only. This one doesn't have a 3. Let's try this one. There's a 3 down here. Come up with that 3. 3 there. Go across with that 3. You'll have 1, 2, and 3 spaces. Too many. Leave it. Let's go to 4. There's no 4. Let's go to 5. Aha! We have 2 5s. A top, a bottom. This has to be in the middle. Now, what's the ramification of that 5? Well, we now have 2 5s down in here. Center, right, left. It has to be on the left here or here. But there's a 5 over here. So we can put a 5 there. Now that we have 2 5s, this 5 and this 5, a 5 has to be in here somewhere. It is in the bottom, the top. It has to be in the middle, there or there. Or if you look up, there's a 5 there. So this becomes a 5. Great, that was very handy. There's one more thing we could do now that we have 2 5s. We have a center and a right. These could be a 5 in here. There's a 5 over here, so we could have a little 5 there and a little 5 there. Well, that was handy. Let's go to 6. Nothing, no 6s. Go to 7s. Here's something I want to show you. It's lesson 5. Because we now have this filled up, the 7 cannot be there. It has to go up in here. And if it goes up there, it can't be there because of that 7. It can't be here because of this 7. This is where a big 7 can go. Now that we have 2 7s, the ramification is bottom, top. 7s can be in here. Are there any 7s down? Yes. There's a 7 here, so it can't be there. There's a 7 here, so it can't be there. It has to be here. Now, we got quite a few 7s there, didn't we? Okay, 8s. 8s are all there. We have a top, middle, and a bottom. 9s. Here we come again to the situation where this is filled up. The 9s have to go down in here because there's no room for them to go there. So we can put 9 here and there. But before I put the 2 little 9s in, let's look down. There's a 9 here. So it can't be there, otherwise we're repeating a number in a column. So the 9 has to go there. Now we have a top, a bottom, and 9 has to be in the middle over here. Let's look down. Are there any 9s in here? No, they're not, but we can put 2 little 9s in. Let's go to these 3 blocks now. 1s. Well, this is interesting. Because this is the only places a 1 could go in this block, and because there's a 1 there, 1s could go there or there in 2 spots. Ha-ha! But here we have to look at the rule of exclusion, tutorial number 2. And you use the rule of exclusion in many places as you go further on in the harder puzzles. This is not a difficult puzzle, but if this is a successful experiment, I'll do it again with harder puzzles if you want. Just let me know. Here we go. This, because of the rule of exclusion, one of those must be a 1, because that block has to have a 1. Therefore, we can get rid of this 1. That was the pun. And therefore, this becomes a big 1. If that is a big 1, we've got now a big 1, a big 1. One of these is going to be a 1. We'll see later. Okay? Just pushing on. 2s. Well, we have 2 2s. We have a 2 here and a 2 here. Bottom, top has to be, there's a 2 there, so it has to be there or there. Okay? 3s. Let's see. 3 across here, 3 down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, too many. 3 across here, 3 up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, start again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, too many spaces. Okay, 4s. Well, here's a good one. Top, bottom, 4 has to be across here. One of these has to be a 4. Now, if you're an advanced player, keep it in your head. If you're a beginner, you can give yourself a little memory trick there. 5s. Let's look at the 5s. There's only one 5. Now, if I go, this block doesn't have a 5. If I go across there, it can't be there. If I take this 5 and go up this way, it can't be there or there. If I take this 5 and come down, it can't be there. The only place it can go is there and there. Now, we could have discovered that later on when we were doing vertical blocks, but there's 2 ways of doing it. You could check yourself out later if you wanted to. 5, 6s. There's no 6s along here. 7s. There's 2 7s. There's a 7 on the bottom, 7 on the top. The 7 has to be in here, but there's a 7 there, so that makes this a possible 7 and that a possible 7. 8s. If I go across here with the 8 and down here with the 8, we got 1, 2, 3 spots. That won't work. Okay. So let's do 2 9s. 9. Go across here. Oh, look, we got a 9 down here. Let's cross that 9. Go across here, can't be there. Come up this way, can't be there. Take this 9 down, can't be there. The only 2 places a 9 can go are there and there. Potential matching pair there. Continuing on, go to this set of blocks now. Take the 1s. Well, if I take this one across there to this block and this one down, you've got 1, 2, 3 blocks, 3 cells and that you can go in, so leave it. 2s. 2s across here. 2 down in here. Too many. 1, 2, 3. Leave it. 3s. 3s. Okay. Bring this 3 down. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Bring this 3 down. Can be this 3 across. Oh, look at this. This 3 across and this 3 down means that we can have a 3 there and a 3 there. That'll be handy. Now, what does that mean? Well, it can mean that if one of these is a 3, and this is a 3, center, left, this becomes a 3. And if that's a 3 and that's a 3, this becomes a 3. The 1 here changed to be a 3. And that 1 becomes a big 1. So now we have a 1, 1, and a 1. Great. Now, that was neat. Now we have a 3 here. Well, continuing on. We have a 3 here and a 3 here. So we could have a 3 across here, across there, down here. This has to be a 3. Now, if that is a 3, one middle, top, one of these has got to be a 3. Okay, good. Okay, that was handy. Let me see now, did I get all the 3s? We'll find out later. Okay, pushing right along. 4s, there's no 4s down here. 5s, 5s are all done. 6s, okay, there's only one 6, leave that for the time being. 7s, there's 2 7s. There's a bottom and a middle and a top. Now, the 7 cannot go there. Why? Because there's a 7 up there. The 7 will have to go, oh look at this, the 7 will have to go there. If the 7 goes there, because the 2 only went there and there, this has to become a 2. Another advantage of putting it in 2 cells. So that becomes a 2. Now if that is a 2, we've got all the 2s there now. That means that this 2 cannot be along here. It cannot be there. It has to be here. Here's another example of putting it in 2 spots. This becomes a 2, and therefore this becomes a real big 3 now. Well, that was handy to know. Now, if that is a 3, now a big 3, we have a bottom, we have a middle. Here is the only place a 3 can go. Watch this. I can see, can you see something that's going to happen here? This 3 now it can go, and now this becomes a big 3. So that becomes a big 3. If that's the big 3, we have a 3, 3, 3, double checking ourselves. Now, and we have a 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. We've got all the 3s, I think. Now with this 2, let's go to the 2s now. This 2 means that this 2 goes, and this has to become the big 2. Okay, let's see. That becomes a big 2. 2, 2, 2. Great. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I think we've got all the 2s. Fantastic. Now, I've just noticed something. You've probably noticed this. When I put that 7 in, that goes that, and we now have a 5, 9 matching pair. And that's the case. This becomes a big 7. 7, 7, 7. Things are starting to happen now. Okay, we've done 7s, and we do 8s. 8s here, 8 across here, down here. Not too many. 9s. We've got all the 9s. Now we'll do the vertical blocks. 1s are done. 2s. 2s are done. 3s are done. 4s. Well, we're not sure about the 4s yet. It could be here or here. I can do this, watch. And now that the 3's there, I can make this a 4 and that a 4. Okay? 5s coming up here. One of these is a 5. Okay? 6s. No 6s at all. 7s. They're done. 8s. Down in here. Could be several places. Can we do an 8 down in here and an 8 across there? We could have an 8 on 2, 3 spots. No. 9s. 9s, well, they could be here or here. No, that's not going to help us. Let's go to these 3 blocks now. The first thing I noticed in the case of the 1s, we know for a fact that when we had this 1 and that 1, I didn't do the ramification when I put this big 1 in. It's easy to miss them. When I put that 1 in, that's a 1, this becomes a 1. Now what does that do? Well, first of all, it means that if we have a 1 here and a 1 here, a 1 has to be there but not there. Okay, see the advantage of realizing what your mistake was. If that's a 1, the right, center, this becomes a 1. If that's a 1 and this is a 1, we're going to have a 1 in here. Keep that in your head. Okay? Now, we're left with two numbers in here, aren't we? It's a 1, 6, I think. 1, 6, yes. 1, 6. Now, I don't know if you've noticed this, but there's several spots with only 2 cells left. If you see a place where there's only 2 cells left in a row, column or block, look at it carefully, because here, for example, what is missing there? It's a 4 and a 6. If it's a 4 and a 6. We have a 4 here. Now I could put 4, 6, 4, 6, but before putting them in, I look down. Here's a 4, so this becomes a 6, and therefore that becomes a 4. Ah, we've done the whole row. Fantastic. Is there any other place where there's only 2? We're up to 6 here. 7s, 7s. We did the 7s. 8s. We have an 8 here. Well, an 8 has an 8 there. Well, look, 8, 8. This has to be an 8. Left, right, center. Okay. Okay. Now we have another place with only 2 cells left. Here we have a place with only 2 cells. What is left in here? Can you work it out? It's a... Well, it's the same as we had here. It's a 4 and a 6. Before putting the little 4 and 6 in, have a look here. We got a 4 there, so that becomes a 6, and that becomes a 4. Okay. Sorry about the funny looking 4. And now we have over here 2 empty cells in that row. What's missing? It's 1, 2, 4, 5. It's a 6 and a 9. I'm looking down to see if there's a 6 and a 9 anywhere, and I don't see a 6 and a 9 everywhere. Leave it there. But here we have what we call matching pair plus 1. Matching pair plus 1. So what we do there is that we count up to see which number is missing. And I think it's a 4. 1, 2, 3. Yes, this is a 4. And if you would have also found it by looking along that row. So this is a 4. Now, what's the ramification of that 4? Let me see. 4, 4. It could be in 2 places here, 2 places here. Can't do much more yet. Okay, let's push on. Is there any other place where there's only 2 cells left? I pretty well... This 6, look, did you see that? I missed it. This 6 can't be there anymore. It becomes a 1. And therefore, this becomes a 6. Isn't it easy to miss a ramification? 6, 6, 6. Great. Look at this. Because of that 1, 1, 1, 1. Now we've only got 1 cell left in there, and it is our famous 4. So that's a 4. Now, we've finished. There's another one. Oh, look, we've got 1 left along here. Why not fill it in? It is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's our favourite 6 again. Okay, we'll put that 6 in there. Good. Now let me see now. This is, we can pretty well finish this just by looking for rows, columns, and blocks with only 2 left. Okay. Here's a block that's only got 2 left. What's that one? It's a, I don't believe it, I think it's a 4 and a 6 again. It's a 4 and a 6. Okay, before I put the 4 and 6 in, let's look up. There's a 4 there, so this becomes a 6, and that becomes a 4. Now we've only got 1 left along here. What is it now? 1, 2, 3, it's got to be an 8. Top, bottom, middle. Yeah, it's an 8. And now we only have 1 left in there. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's our 4 again. We have a 4, 4, 4, 4. What does that do? It gets rid of this possible 4, and this here becomes a real 4. And because we have 2 5s, we're going to have a 4 and a 5. So that becomes a 4, and this becomes a 5. Now what have we got? We're really making progress. I was working on, we finished all of that. Now anything over here in this area, well, there's only 1 left, and then we're pretty well finished this vertical blocks here now. What's missing in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an 8, I think. Yeah, I think it's an 8. 8, 8. It has to be an 8. Another way of looking at that is right, center, left. Good. Remember, yes, remember we had 2 8s in there and I didn't do the follow-up on that one. Easy to forget. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now we have a matching pair plus 1. We just simply count up the numbers, including the 5 and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. There's no 6 in here, so it has to be a 6. If it's a 6, let's check. It's left, right, center. We did that right. Here we have, if that's a 5, we missed this ramification, this becomes a 9. And if that becomes a 9, because it was a matching pair, this becomes a 5. Okay, good. We're moving right along. We're getting closer. This is the time when you suddenly find you've made a mistake. Okay, we have in this, let me see now, where were we? 4, 6. What's missing in this row? There's only one number. 1, 2, 4. It's a 9. Oh, see what the 9's going to do for us? Whoopee! Wacko. Okay, we'll make this a 9. What does that do? It means that this 9 goes and it becomes a 6. Okay, if that becomes a 6, of course, this becomes a 9. The advantage of matching pairs. If that's a 9, let's see what happens here. Center, right, left, that is correct. 6s. 6 and a 6 here. Right, left. This has to be a 6, and besides, it's the only one left along there. Make that a 6. Now we only have one left in here, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has to be an 8. Let me check. 8, 8, 8. And I believe we have solved it. Now, you may have done it entirely different. If that is the case, fantastic and congratulations. If you like this concept of me doing a puzzle that you tried out, if you learned something from it, great. That's all I have to say now.